Hi! Today I'm going to be doing a book haul. These are all the books that I've bought so far this year, so from January until May. I have 27 of them, so I'm not going to be like giving a long synopsis of any of them really, because that would just make this video forever long, but I do want to go ahead and show you the ones that I have bought recently. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. They aren't in any sort of order by genre or anything like that. The first book that I got was The Rakes by Scarlett Peckham. This is a historical romance. I have heard a few people talk about this one actually, so I went ahead and got this one. I also got The King by J.R. Ward. This is the 12th book in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. I'm like halfway through it now, so this is just the next book that I needed to buy. I got A Breath of Snow and Ashes and An Echo in the Bone. These are two more books in the Outlander series. So I actually have not read Outlander, and I have all of them except for one. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I keep buying these, even though I haven't even started the series. Like, what if I don't like it? But here's two more. I got Malice by John Gwynne. This one I really just got because of the giants. I've never read a book with giants in it, and I mean, obviously I've heard many people talk about this. This is an adult fantasy, and a lot of people really, really like it, but I really just got it because I wanted to read a book about giants. So that's why I got this one. The next book I bought is Savaged by Nicole Staten. This is an adult romance. This is about a scarred hero who has kept himself in solitude away from other people. And then the heroine is obviously going to come in and change that for him. This one I just found. I haven't heard anybody talk about this one. Next is Dirty by Kylie Scott. This one again I found. I haven't heard anybody talk about this one, but this is a series about bartenders, I believe, and obviously it's an adult romance. Next is Beyond the Ruby Veil by Mara Fitzgerald. This one I heard about from Riley, and I went ahead and picked it up even before she read it. I know she's read it now, and I think she only gave it 3 stars, but I'm still excited to read it whenever I get around to it. This is an adult fantasy romance, I think. Next is This Shattered World by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. This is the next book in the Starbound series. The first one is These Broken Stars. So this one I just got because it was really cheap. It was only like $5 and it's the next one in the series. And the first book in the series I haven't read yet, but it is one of my 5-star predictions. So I'm really hoping I like it, and then I can just go ahead and pick up the next one. Next is Ties That Tether by Jane Agaro. I don't remember what this one is about. This is one that I've had on my list of ones that I wanted to buy for quite some time, and I've actually forgotten what it's about. But I was at the secondhand bookstore the other day and I saw it was only $10, so I went ahead and got this one. Next is Bad Romeo by Lisa Raven. I haven't heard anybody talk about this, but I have seen, like when I was at the bookstore and I saw this, I always look up my books on Goodreads before I buy them to make sure that they're not like in a series and they're like 3 or 4 or 5 in a series, and to see what the ratings are. And I've seen that there have been quite a few people who have read this who are on BookTube, but I haven't heard anything about it. Obviously, it's a romance. It's a Romeo and Juliet retelling. I'm not sure if it's YA or adult. It was actually in the erotica section, so I'm assuming it's adult, but I don't really know anything about this one, but I'm still excited to get to it. Next is Girls of Storm and Shadow. This comes after Girls of Paper and Fire. Again, I haven't read Girls of Paper and Fire. Why do I keep doing this? Is that what it's called? Girls of Paper and Fire? I think so. But this is the next one for whenever I get around to the first one. Next is Love in All the Wrong Places by Audrey Hart. This is another one that I have never heard anything about. I just saw it at the store, picked it up. So this is an adult romance. I'm hoping that I really like this one. It's about this girl who decides to give online dating a try, so we will see. Next is The Gravity of Us by Brittany C. Cherry. This one I have heard Brie talk about many times, and this is the 4th one in the series. I will not read it until I read the other ones, but I saw it at the store and it was only $7 at the secondhand bookshop. So I went ahead and got it because I know I'm gonna have to pay full price for the other ones to get the physical copy because these aren't super common. I've never seen them at the secondhand bookstores or anything before, so I know I'm gonna pay full price. So I went ahead and got this one. since it was like half price pretty much of what it would originally be, even though it's the fourth one in the series, because I have a feeling I'm really gonna like it. I pretty much like everything that Brie gives 5 stars to. Usually I like those. So next is Totally Trucked by BJ Blakely. This is a series, it's an adult romance, but it's a series about truck drivers, and like this one I believe is like a truck stop romance, like they meet at a truck stop. So it's short, I saw it at the store, went ahead and got it. Next is Perfected by Kate Yarvik Birch. This one I don't know about. This is an adult romance, and this is about a world where humans are kept like pets, and this guy forms a relationship with his human. This could go really, really bad, or it could be totally different and like super taboo and like a dark romance that I like, but it could also be bad. So we'll see about this one. Next, I've got A Star-Touched Queen and A Crown of Wishes by Roshani Chokshi. This, I don't remember really much of anything about it. I believe it's a YA fantasy romance, and that's really all I remember, but I have both of them. Next is another one of those books. I remember I talked to you guys about this previously in an unhaul where I ordered books and I got an ARC. I loved thrift books. Like, I order from thrift books all the time. Majority of my books come from thrift books, but they've done this to me like 4 times now where I've ordered a hardcover copy of something and received an ARC. Like, I ordered The Unspoken Name from A.K. Larkwood. This is like a Viking fantasy, I believe, but I don't want the ARC. I'm not gonna read this. Like, I don't know what it is, why I keep getting them, but I'm not gonna read it. And I emailed them about it, and they told me that the ISBN numbers are the same for ARCs as they are for the other books, I guess. And so they're people who pull the books off the shelves and package them just are mistaking them. But like, why do you even have ARCs for resale? That's what makes me upset. That's what really irritates me about these situations is you're selling ARCs. You can't do that. So why do I keep receiving them? Why do they even have the little sticker on them to be sold? I don't get it. But I was really excited about this one, but I'm not gonna read it until I buy the real one, because I don't want to read an ARC I paid for. I feel like it's more of just an irritation and me being stubborn that I won't read an ARC, because like if I was sent an ARC as an actual ARC, I would be more than happy to read it, but I don't want to pay for an ARC. That's what just grinds my gears. Next, I have Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. This one I'm super excited about. I don't remember what it's about at all, but this is like a beloved series. So many people have read it. So many people love it. So I'm super excited to get around to this one. I think I probably will try to get around to this one sooner rather than later. Also because I really love the covers and I want to get the rest of them. Next is Hard to Love by Kendall Ryan. This is a adult romance. This one I'm actually pretty excited to get to. The synopsis sounds kind of like it might be like a bit of a rom-com type situation. So I'm really excited for this one actually, but this is another one that I just found at the store and picked up. I don't know anything about it and haven't heard anybody talk about it. Next is Second Life by Jacqueline Rising. This is another one that I just saw at the store, picked up, adult romance. I don't know anything about it, don't remember what the synopsis really says, but romances are the only thing that I will just go to the store and buy without having gotten a recommendation from someone or watching a video on it or reading about it. I always go with a long list of books that I want to buy, and romances are the only thing that are not on those lists that I will go ahead and purchase, because romance is my absolute favorite. And even if it's a sucky romance, I'll still enjoy it because I just love love. So next is Wreck You by Abby McCarthy. This I think is a military romance. So I'm pretty excited about this one, actually. I really like this cover. I don't usually like covers with people on them. I'm just not a fan usually, but I really like this one. I think it's probably because it's pink. But again, haven't heard anything about it, but I just saw it, seemed interesting, so I got this one. I also got Tainted by Crazy by Abby McCarthy. This is again another adult romance. This one, I can't remember what it's about, but obviously either the heroine is actually crazy or she's perceived to be. So this one, again, excited about, haven't heard anything about it. Next is Ruin Me by Bella Love Wins and Shiloh Walker. This one, I have no idea. A tortured soul draws me in for one hot, sinful Vegas night. I don't know anything about it, but I got it from the store without knowing anything. Next we have Lure of Obsession by Lisa Kessler, again, adult romance. This one I think is obviously some sort of police officer, cop, something, agent, see, I don't know. But this is the next adult romance that I bought without knowing anything about it. And the last one in this list is Stuck Up Suit by Vicky Lind and Penelope Ward. I do know a few people have read this here on BookTube. I don't know their thoughts on it, but I have never read Penelope Ward, I don't think. And I know a lot of people say that Vicky Lind and Penelope Ward's like books together are not their favorite. They prefer both of them separately. But I saw this at the store, I recognized the names, and so I went ahead and got it, and I'm hoping that I really like it. I tend to really like the trope of like a really rich man who has like all this money and can just like give the heroine whatever the heck she wants whenever the heck she wants it. I really like that sometimes, so that's also a reason why I picked this one up. But those are all the books that I have got since January. I got a lot of romance because romance is my favorite. Like, I read a lot of other books, I read a lot of other genres, I pretty much read a little bit of everything, and that's fine. But when it comes down to it, I love romance. It's my favorite genre, and I feel like I am at this point currently in my reading taste where that's what I want to read the majority of my time. And so I think I'm just gonna start doing that. I will continue to obviously read a wide variety of books. I read over 20 books a month, so there's obviously going to be books in there that aren't romance, but I have a feeling going forward, romance is probably going to be more of my focus just because that's what makes me happy. That's what I like the best. I read them the quickest because I just can't put them down. And so that might be where my next few videos are headed, but we'll see. Who knows? I will still continue to read fantasy and horror and sci-fi and all of these other things, but that just might be I read a few of those a month and the majority romance. So we will see. Who knows where the wind will take me when it comes to my reading taste, but those are the books that I've got. Let me know if you've read any of these, if you have heard of any of these romances before, but that is everything for me today. I will see you all next time. Bye.